Okay, so here's what we're going to do now because we didn't get an opportunity to address it in class yesterday. I'm going to show you guys how to take your model and prepare it for an animated turntable. So if you see what I have right here, I have my completed model. All right, I modeled this space guitar that you saw me set up the orthographic planes for the modeling. So to get it ready to render everything out, the first thing that I'm going to do is I will go up to display, and I'll come down to hide, and I want to come down and select cameras. I want to just hide those cameras so that it will remove my image planes. The next thing that I'm going to do is in my viewport right down in here, if I click on show, I'm going to come all the way down to the bottom and uncheck my grid. All right, so that all that I'm dealing with is just the guitar in and of itself. Now, so that I animate this guitar as one object, because its form is actually constituted of a whole bunch of objects just kind of placed in close proximity to each other, I will select the entire guitar, and I will come up to mesh and combine these objects into one. Now, since I've done that, you can see that my anchor point might end up somewhere where I'm not really expecting it. In this particular case, visually it looks relatively centered. But still, just to be safe, I will come up to modify. I'll come down to and select center pivot, just so that I can be sure that everything is nice and centered. Also, one other thing that I want to do, just to kind of gut out my file and reduce file bloat prior to committing this to an animation, is I will come up and I will select Edit and come down to Delete by Type. And I am going to delete the history on this object. All right, now by deleting the history, basically what I've done is I've removed the history state that is kept for each individual object that makes up this guitar in its entirety. All right, so now that that's done, if I were to go and save this again, you would notice that the file size would probably be significantly reduced from the previous version that I had saved. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually physically start to animate this. So I'll select my object and make sure that I have my channel box editor open over here on the side. Now, right down here at the bottom of my workspace, you'll notice that I have a timeline. All right, starting at one frame, and in this particular